All right, yet another stimulus package proposal, but this time it is from the Senate. I don't know when these proposals are going to stop, right? But we just want to see some approvals. But let's get into the details of this new stimulus package, as well as what my best guesstimate of when it's actually going to get approved will be, and other details about the economy, because I want this to be a well-rounded video. So please be sure to stick around to the end for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, so welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy. Let's get into it. All right, guys, please let me know in the comments how you guys feel about stimulus packages videos. Are you still interested in actually hearing about the proposals, or do you want me to just jump in whenever we actually see some real action going on? So let me know in the comments, and on your way to the comments, please be sure to smash that like button. So I do want to get into a quick update about the previous stimulus bill that actually was approved. Your deadline to put in your direct deposit information is this Wednesday. So if you are watching this past May 13th, please be sure to have your correct address on file, and you can go to the link in my description to update that. Also, those that are on Social Security and getting those benefits, you should be seeing your checks or direct deposit also available soon. They didn't actually give an exact deadline, but I would be on the lookout for that. All right, so now the new bill. This new bill is even more socialist, more generous than the last few proposals, because they're proposing $2,000 a month plus $2,000 for your kids, and they will give people refunds effective from March. So if this gets approved in June, you'll get a $2,000 check from March, April, May, and then your $2,000 check in June. So you're gonna be making bank. Bernie Sanders co-wrote this, so it makes a lot of sense why this is so aggressive. I don't understand how they can come up with these crazy proposals. Like, what is next? Oh, here's next. All right, so everybody gets $3,000, and if you have a kid, you get another $3,000. And if you have a pet goldfish, you get $2,000. Oh, he died? $5,000 are condolences. I mean, these things are getting really out of hand, right? So as far as what I think will actually get passed, if you don't know about the other outstanding stimulus packages, feel free to click the cards up here because I will have those linked. But basically, this one I don't see passing as is. None of them will go through, obviously, this clean. There's always going to be people going in there trying to put their own little sprinkles in there. These bills normally end up being literally 800 pages long. So we get, a little scrap here and there, but then they really tailor these bills to really benefit the corporations. So while I do absolutely believe something will be coming, I don't think it'll be this, and I don't think it'll be right now. There are a lot of people who are in my comments saying this will never happen, but you have to understand something. They are claiming a V-shaped recovery. If they want a V-shaped recovery and no stimulus, that doesn't work. Something is going to have to give, whether we don't have a V-shaped recovery or we are going to have that stimulus in there. But the V-shaped recovery coupled with no stimulus will not work. Trust me. You have to keep in mind that people's psychologies and their consumer sentiment, all of that has dramatically been affected. When you're watching the news and you see that 30 million people lost their jobs, and people who haven't lost their jobs, they've probably already received warnings from their jobs saying, hey, we're going to be restructuring, we might have to lay people off. So people are being already so much more conscious, and the actual effects from the economy we have not yet really seen yet. It's when the dust actually settles and we go out there and see, okay, wow, things are really different. People are still not spending. People are still not going in these stores. And when you have something like that where people are literally afraid to still go outside, none of these industries are going to go back to normal. So asking for a V-shaped recovery is just not realistic, especially without any stimulus. Think about this right now. We already experienced rapid declines in growth, and we have $600 extra a week for everybody who's unemployed, and we have the PPP program where people's paychecks are still protected. Those things end around the end of summer. So in August, we'll no longer see $600 checks, and we'll no longer see the payment protection program. What happens then? These stimulus packages are like drugs. And when you have somebody who is addicted to drugs, can they get off of them? Yes. So people who are saying, oh, they're going to stop the stimulus, can they? Of course they can stop the stimulus. They can stop the bailouts too, but it's going to be very painful, and I don't think they want to actually have people go through the pain. They want to just kind of put a Band-Aid over it and pretend like it doesn't exist. So what you end up having is people who are addicted to these drugs, right? And the drugs are the $600 a month, the Paycheck Protection Program, whatever other stimulus these industries are getting. And if we stop those things, it's going to be a very rocky road and a tough journey to kind of get back up to where we supposedly were in this perfect economy, which that's a whole nother story. So if they don't do stimulus, you will not see a V-shaped recovery. It would actually continue to crash, because now those people who don't have that extra crutch, that extra $600, they're going to have nothing. Imagine if someone just stripped away $2,400 from your check. And of course, yes, they just got this money, but they're going to be getting it for 4 months. If you are having drugs for 4 months and all of a sudden they just pull it away from you cold turkey, it's going to be very hard to recover. And this economy is no exception. It will function just like that. So I do think something will have to happen. They'll have to introduce something to kind of stimulate people to continue spending, to give them some sort of false sense of confidence in the system, and for them to feel comfortable to actually give their money out instead of just kind of tucking it away under their mattress or wherever. So as far as something getting passed, I am 99% positive that something is going to happen. As far as when, I don't know if it'll be right now. I do think that they will be voting on it sometime this month or even next month, but I do think somewhere around September would be more realistic, because that's when a lot of different programs they're offering right now wears off. Like I said, the PPP program, the unemployment, also people's student loans who are deferred, that's deferred through the end of September. So maybe in the fall, right, they're going to kind of see what's going on. They do want to stimulate, but they don't want to kind of overdo it too soon. So I think they're kind of giving us little nibbles and bits of things, and then they'll see if they have to add on some more. So they threw out the $1,200, which I'm sure evaporated for most people, or most people actually saved it. They weren't actually ready to spend it out into the economy. So we'll see how that works. They'll see how the unemployment works. And then if it looks like things are still taking a tumble, then they might inject some more money. So I wouldn't get your hopes up as far as getting something right now. Now, of course, I can be wrong. This is just what I'm thinking. I'm sharing my thoughts with you guys. But you know, it just makes sense to me. And of course, you know how I feel if you've been on this channel long enough, that I don't believe that just throwing money at a problem actually gives a solution. The true value is in the work that we do. I will keep on repeating this because it needs to resonate with you. You can throw money at a problem, but that will not solve the problem. People need to actually work to feel like they're actually giving into this economy. If money was the solution, give everybody $1 million right now. Obviously, that sounds crazy, and people will be like,
well, they can't give us $1 million.
But it's the same thing. It doesn't necessarily equal prosperity for all. We are in really crazy times. I mean, the unemployment number, if you look at Shadow Stats figure, is saying it's over 35%. Now, the number they actually throw out there for everybody is the U3 number. I've explained this in this video up here if you want some more information about the unemployment numbers and how manipulated they are. But they give us the most conservative unemployment number, and that doesn't actually represent people who have really been out of work for a long time. It doesn't represent people who are trying to get into the unemployment website, but they cannot because it's been backed up. It doesn't include people who are underemployed. So you have a job, you know, you're working, I don't know where, but it's not enough to actually cover your bills. You are still struggling. It doesn't account for all those things. So if you use Shadow Stats number, pretty much every third person has lost their job or has taken a dramatic pay cut. You have stores like J. Crew, Neiman Marcus, Lord & Taylor. These are high-end companies living paycheck to paycheck. That coupled with the fact that they are literally closed down. And if we have these super huge stores filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is not complete liquidation, but they might sell and close down some stores in this process. When those stores leave a mall, the stores around them can also leave, because the way that these commercial contracts are written is that if an anchor store is removed, well, that brings a lot of traffic, right? So hopefully if you're walking to Macy's or if you're walking to Lord & Taylor, you'll see my store and that'll interest you to go over there. But if they're not there anymore, well, that traffic is now gone. These companies can legally get out of their contracts. So what happens when that happens? It's a cascading effect that can actually end up having a lot of people unemployed and a lot of people looking for work, but the economy is in fragments right now, where some places are totally fine and other places like New York are just absolutely locked down. So whether we get this stimulus or not, it's in your best interest to be as aggressive as you can be with putting money aside and really looking into different assets. I have plenty of videos. I will put my investing playlist up here. You can take a look through those, but just get educated about all the asset classes. Stocks and bonds are not the only assets, although that is what's talked about the most. It's talked about the most because Wall Street gets the most money off of that. Wall Street can't make $1 off of you owning a rental property, right? Only Uncle Sam can. So they're not going to advertise that as much as stocks and bonds because they can make a killing off of that. Whether you make money or not, they will make money. So you want to be educated on that, and you want to make sure you're informed so you make decisions that make the best sense for you. If you still have a job, you are absolutely blessed. Please put money aside. I wouldn't invest in anything if you do think you don't have enough money put aside to eat and to kind of pay a couple months worth of bills. So don't go investing looking for gains when you might not even be able to stay in the house you're staying in for more than a month or so. All right, and that is it. Please, like I said in the comments, let me know if you guys like these kind of videos still. I don't want to be constantly giving you stimulus updates if you guys do not enjoy it. So please let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, share with your friends. If you're not doing anything else, you know what I'm gonna say. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.